And we welcome all of you here inside the Highmark Event Center for what is set to be another incredible women's basketball free throw-a-thon. Welcome in, everybody. For those of you who are watching on our Gannon Athletics social media platforms and on our YouTube page, Isaac Petcash joining you inside the Highmark Event Center. You can see members of the women's basketball team getting ready for what will be both a challenge and a great opportunity to raise money for so many of the events that they have throughout the entire year. That, of course, culminating in the free throw-a-thon. Starting in a few minutes' time, we'll be joined by every member of the women's basketball team that's shooting today along the way. But we start today joined by head coach Cleve Wright for what is another exciting start to the year. Every year you guys start this campaign off, and it does a great bit of work in two ways. Of course, it helps to raise money for your team, but also kind of gives fans a bit of a glimpse into the team for the first time all season.
Yeah, that's kind of an added benefit. We've been doing the free throw-a-thon for many years now, and just to have the opportunity to have people come watch us shoot free throws, get a chance to raise funds. We have people in the stands right now getting ready to watch. It's open to the public, so if you're in the area and want to come down and watch, we're going to be shooting till 2:30. And if you haven't decided to donate yet or still want to donate, there'll be a QR code. There'll be stuff on the screen that you can do it, or you can come down and do it in person. That would be fantastic. But yeah, we're excited to be able to get this preview. Everybody gets to see the players shooting free throws, and a chance just to support us as we raise funds for our trip to play a couple games in Hawaii.
As Coach was mentioning, there is a QR code. It'll be on the screen the entire time, that top right corner. That's where you can go to help donate and support the women's basketball program. And like Coach said, if you want to come down, stop by the Highmark Event Center in person. It's a pretty cool thing. It's a great competition, but also an exciting event, and student athletes getting a chance to talk to members of the public who are big Golden Knights fans. You've been doing this a long time. Besides, of course, what it helps your team with, how fun is this event for you to just kind of get to see maybe the lighthearted side of some of your team members and the community at large?
Well, it's a blast, and our team is competitive, so they want to be. they don't want to make the fewest free throws,
right?
And they certainly want to make the most. And the goal is to make 100 in a row. They would love to do that. We've only had in the years that we've done it, we've had 3 people do it. One did it back in 2009. At that time, Carrie Nolan. And last year we had Bree Claxton, who I think made 109, and Carissa Dunham is the all-time record holder with 193 in a row.
Wow.
And so that's a really cool thing, and to be, people don't forget about it. That's what I think's happened with this event. It's become something where it's people are. I don't want to say legends, but it's pretty cool because people talk about it. And so we're so thankful that people have already donated in flat donations. And so thankful for those people, where I think we're close. If I look on the website, we're close to 30,000, which is a little over half of our goal. And I want to thank everybody out there that's already donated. I want to thank the ones that are donating per shot. You're getting ready to find that out, and any of you that want to donate, please reach out to us. Do the QR code, or send me an email, whatever needs to happen. So that buzzer says we're getting ready to start it.
All right, let's go. Do you have a prediction for who you think is going to take it home?
Ooh,
obviously Carissa not shooting today. She wants to give everyone a chance to win.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Carissa's not shooting.
Yeah.
I know Bree Claxton's going to be up there. I think Maddie Wheatley really wants to be up there. She's done it the most because she's one of the older kids. I expect those two to be up there somewhere.
All right, here we go. Cleve Wright joining us. He's getting ready to go on the floor, and we're about to get things set and underway. Left-hand screen, Jenna Winowicki starting with the shooting touch, and Bree Claxton's up first on the right-hand side. So we'll be giving you some totals as we move forward. And like we said, we'll be getting a chance to talk to everyone as well, all of the student athletes who are part of this free throw-a-thon. Got a reminder that the QR code in the top right corner is how you can help support the women's basketball team. And we also want to mention, too, that there are so many other opportunities for you to be able to support other teams around Gannon University and our athletic programs. So many of our athletic programs will be doing so many different things that are related to fundraising efforts, and a lot of excitement around there, too. So you can take part in that and help as we move forward with those fundraising efforts for all of our athletic programs. We certainly appreciate your support. All right, Bella, go ahead and put that headset on. Lauren, you can take that microphone right there and go. We got our first guest of the afternoon here, and once I change who's shooting here first with Jenna and Bree, we'll get a chance to talk with Bella and Lauren. And all right, so both of you, let's start with this. Bella, I talked to you last night on the United podcast, and you said you thought Bree was the clear front runner to win. She's got 11 so far. I don't think she's missed many. She just missed one there. Take me through. Are you still confident in your prediction about 15 shots in for Bree Claxon?
I am. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yesterday I said she was going to get 123. Clearly she's not because she missed. However, I have full faith in her that she's going to get in the high 90s.
All right. So, Lauren, we've been on the podcast last night. We had a few of your teammates on, and they were predicting who they thought was going to have the highest total. Do you have a prediction for who you think is going to take this home?
I think Bree too.
You think so?
Yeah.
What is it about Bree that is it just a consistency factor? Is that she's the veteran? What do you think?
Yeah, her shot is just so natural, and it's like the same every time.
Yeah.
It's actually very nice to watch.
I think a little bit of both, like just pure, beautiful shot. And then obviously she's done this multiple times. So she knows the feeling and the nerves and feeling that she doesn't have nerves, you know?
So what goes into making a good free throw? We did a video with Bree was part of it, and we got a chance to teach some of our athletic administration how to make a free throw. Bella, actually, Lauren, you laugh at this. She gave me an interesting stat. I told her to predict what the average person that doesn't normally play basketball would make out of 100 free throws, and she said in the 30s. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I feel like that's really low, but that's no one's the wiser. What goes into making a good free throw?
I would say definitely being focused, just like you in the basket, especially in a game, there can be a lot of noise. So just being focused. And then I would also say to have the same routine every time. So if it's 2 dribbles before your shot or whatever it is, just having the same routine and just being relaxed and not uptight or anything, and then just shooting a nice shot.
So here's where we stand right now with Bella and Lauren joining us on the free throw-a-thon. Again, that QR code in the top right corner is how you can help support Gannon women's basketball. Jenna, 34 makes so far to Bree's 33, and she just made her 34th a moment ago. So we'll get the final totals, and you can see the ticker across the bottom of your screen. Those are the pairings that will be shooting together on opposite ends of the floor. And we'll also, of course, have the final results updated as we go ahead on the bottom of your screen each and every single time that someone completes one. Now, your coach was talking about, and we know, of course, this is for the ability to be able to support the team on your trip this year that you're taking, which is to Hawaii. I asked Bella about that yesterday. She seemed pretty excited. Hawaii is not a bad place to go for your trip. Take me through how excited you are for that, Lauren.
Oh, I am very excited. And it's actually really funny because when Coach told us, we were all like waiting because he always tells us at the end of like the year before. And he told us, and we all literally jumped up and down.
Yeah, it's
up and down. It was really exciting.
Yeah, they got to post that video somewhere because it's hilarious.
How important are those trips for your team chemistry to begin the year? Because, this year, of course, your CCA Tip-Off Classic, which you've done the last 2 years away from home, is going to be at home this year. We're going to talk more about that throughout the free throw-a-thon competition. But the fact that you get a chance to, I'm sure, go somewhere, bond as a team, that plays a big part. How much do those trips mean in terms of just getting everyone ready for the season and together?
Yeah, they're so fun, and they're so important for that. Coach always says you're going to remember the games, but you're going to remember the memories even more. And we're all surrounded. We all love each other, and it's going to be awesome for our on-court chemistry. I mean, I talked to a couple of the alumni for the free throw-a-thon, but I talked to one, and they were saying that they went to Hawaii for their trip one year, and she said she doesn't remember the games. She just remembers how much fun they had. And I mean, this morning we had a bunch of alumni in here watching us practice. So it just goes to show how important it is to do those trips and make the most of those with your teammates.
A few more minutes left for Jenna Winowicki and Bree Claxon. Jenna 55 makes. Bree just eclipsed 50. She's at 51, now 52. So we're just over halfway through their pursuit of as many out of 100 as you can possibly make. It's like getting a grade back on a test, except you get immediate real results as opposed to waiting 2 or 3 days for your professor to grade things. All right, so let's talk just for a minute for the both of you about this season and what you're excited for. You know, of course, you've got the CCA coming up in November, but there are just so many games in your schedule that are going to be great tests in addition to your conference games. What are you looking most forward to about the season, knowing that basically the entire roster, minus a couple of graduates and a new freshman, are back from last year?
It's super exciting. I mean, we have a high coach has a high standard for us because of only having one new person and then only losing 2 seniors. But I think, we could look at it as like he has a high standard for us, like, oh, we need to meet those expectations. But I think us for ourselves, our slogan last year was never satisfied. And I think that definitely translates to this year as well, because we got to the Elite Eight last year, but I think we want and we can go much farther. And so I'm really excited for that. And just to see, most of us have played together for a year, and a lot of us have played together for 2 years now. So it's just going to be very exciting to see the chemistry and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree. We do have a really high standard, and the never satisfied is definitely still a part of that. I'm just excited to see how we all can play together and everything, because like Bella said, some of us have been playing at least 1 year, 2 years at most. So it's going to be exciting. All
right. It's Lauren and Bella joining us right now on the show. Free throw-a-thon continuing. Bree Claxon, 68, now 69 made free throws. Jenna Winowicki just made her 67th. So we're coming up near the end of our first group. They'll be joining us a bit later. But the two of you are set to shoot, in just about... Oh, I don't know.
106.
106. Oh, you got some time. You got plenty of time. So, all right, no pressure. You can watch the form of your teammates and go from there. Thank you both for joining me. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Enjoy the free throw-a-thon. Hopefully one of the two of you ends up with a W.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, it's Lauren and Bella joining us on the free throw-a-thon as we continue along here. Let's step aside for just a moment and let you take in the sounds of Jenna Winowicki and Bree Claxon finishing up their free throw routines. No, you're fine. Good job. How you doing? Good. Excuse me. You do a good job of marketing the team. Oh, yeah, we did. That's what made it. They're good at what they do. That's what they do. Let's see. Reese, Bella came up. Yeah. Oh yeah, the overlays are sweet. This screening shirt is what we use for our podcast, and I have it for my school's podcast. It's great. It's awesome. It's a good time. It's very user friendly and easy to do. All right, so our first pairing has just ended. Jenna Winowicki and Bree Claxon. Here are the results for Jenna and Bree. Jenna Winowicki with an 88 out of 100 made free throws. That's a nice score. Bree Claxon with 92. So from my account, she's just shy of what her score was from last year. So again, great job for Bree and Jenna combined, making 180 free throws. So that's pretty significant for the two of them. So we will continue along in our free throw competition coming up next. Kate Ratliff and Olivia Cernuto are due to join us next. We'll update those scores and give you some more live interviews when we come back.
I didn't know if it was going to be by numbers or what.
Yeah, 20's going to go by yourself. That's
Probably to give a break. Yeah.
probably, yeah.
Let them kind of relax a little bit.
Right.
Not too bad.
No, not at all. 80 used to score, 90 used to score. It was Kate Ratliff and Lucas Ceruto.
I don't know if you're talking to me.
Oh, no, it's you. And it'll be the podcast once we get to 0. All right, the horn has gone off. It is time for our second pairing of the afternoon. Olivia Cernuto and Kate Ratliff set to get things underway for the second portion of our free throw-a-thon. Happy to have you in. Isaac Petcash in the broadcast booth at the Highmark Event Center. If you're watching on our social media platforms, you can donate to women's basketball using that QR code at the top right corner, or you can come to the Highmark Event Center right now and take in the women's basketball team shooting some hoops. We got a couple of more student athletes joining us here. Matt, if you want to throw the headset on, Olivia, you can take the microphone and go from there. We have joining us here, Olivia Pepple, Maddie Wheatley in the broadcast booth. So you get to critique your teammates here with Kate and Olivia. Who's got the better form between the two of them? It's okay. No one is really listening that loudly to who you think.
Good question.
I think they're both 100% so far.
Yep. Oh.
Jinxed her.
All right, so let's get into your results from the first two. Jenna with an 88, Bree with a 92. It's kind of a model of consistency for Bree, right? What makes her so talented with your jump shot, that area, 15 feet, free throws and whatnot? What do you see from her?
She just gets in the gym every day.
Yeah, she's always in the gym, always working out.
She's
So
a gym rat.
it's no question why she's so consistent.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to get to see what she's done. And again, so many of you getting a chance to show off your skills here. Your Coach Wright was saying that, of course, this is for two reasons, of course, to raise money for your team trip, but also it's neat because we have some fans in the stands. They get a chance to really see the team for the first time, get an idea of what the team looks like, at least from a student-athlete perspective. It must be cool to get to see some outside fans and whatnot being a part of this.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you see them at most of our games too, so it's just so awesome that we're not even in season yet, and we already have boosters and parents and faculty coming to support us shooting free throws today.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool because shooting free throws isn't the most exciting thing either.
Yeah.
Shooting 100 in a row, and they still come out and support us. So that means a lot to us to see them there.
Yeah, it's really neat. Olivia, I'm going to check your mic for 2 seconds. I think there might be it might be turned off or something like that. Let's just go ahead and
Talking
check.
to mine.
Oh, there we go.
Myself
Yeah.
talking
No,
my
I
ears.
didn't mean to mute you on purpose, I promise. All right, so let's talk about the season and what you have upcoming. Of course, you have a really exciting start to the year. CCA Tip-Off Classic comes at the beginning of November. Around there, you'll be traveling to Hawaii for your team trip. We're going to get to your team trip in just a moment. But for the CCA, last 2 years, this team's had an opportunity to participate in it. How important and exciting has that tournament been in previous iterations that you think people will enjoy here in Erie?
I mean, every tournament, the CCA tournaments that we've gone to, it's all been high quality, really good teams. Usually 1 or 2 are ranked that we go to. So it's just good that we can host and bring those teams to us and have the fans be able to see it like live in action and not just on a computer screen. So I think it's going to bring a lot of attention to our school, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, like Maddie said, there's always a bunch of competitive teams there. So to have the opportunity to host really is exciting for us that everyone is coming to Erie.
Yeah, and like we said, it will be in Erie coming up in November 7th through the 9th. Can't wait for that tournament. It's going to be a lot of excitement surrounding that just because of the impressive nature of the teams that you bring in. Every single team in the tournament field made the NCAA tournament a year ago. Of course, you had a second straight year run to the Elite Eight, so the competition itself is going to be pretty fierce.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have, Union, Tennessee. We've got a Michigan team coming.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of from different areas, too. So it's great, too, because obviously different regions bring different basketball strengths and stuff. So
Sure.
It's good for us to get I can't think of the word, but
To play against that competition.
yeah. And
Hey.
just
Yeah, Maddie mentioned a couple teams. Union going to be part of that class. If North Georgia comes from down south, Minnesota State will be, has been a powerhouse in women's basketball for quite some time. Of course, you have host of Gannon in Edinburgh. Cal will be a part of the tournament in the PSAC. So just a lot of teams that are going to be an exciting bunch to be a part of and to watch this as we go through the tournament. And then we get to the Hawaii trip, which I was talking with a couple of your teammates just a few moments ago. Lauren was the one who brought this up, and she said every year before the season ends, Coach Wright tells us where our trip's going to be next year. And I guess the reaction when he said Hawaii was pretty significant.
Oh yeah, we were all jumping up and down, screaming.
You think we're in like the second grade?
Yeah,
Like we're all like
you would've
running around with
thought.
our heads cut off.
Yeah,
and-
it was very exciting.
Yeah.
So we were all really happy to hear that.
Mhm.
How exciting are those trips? I mean, the location of itself, yeah, you're going to be in Hawaii for quite some time. That is exciting of itself. But for a team bonding aspect, how much better do you feel like you know your teammates coming out of a trip like that than you even did going into a trip like that?
I would say a lot. You just make so many memories, and from those kind of trips too, like they stem into the regular season, and like we'll always just bring up like, oh, remember that time when blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So it's just like we make so many memories and live so many moments, and it's just like, yeah, it's great to just be able to like look back on those, even like 2 months after it, 2 years after it. Like you just always have those memories and moments with your teammates.
Olivia, for you coming in last year, I'm sure that was an exciting trip for you to get ready and bond to your teammates too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Experiencing new things with people definitely brings you closer together. So that helped a lot in that aspect.
So who is the biggest beach person on the entire team? Who will benefit the
Ooh.
most from this Hawaii trip?
Gosh, we have a lot of beach
I would
rats.
say Liv.
Yeah.
Liv is a big beach girl.
I think
Okay.
Liv Sanudo spent most days this summer just outside on a chair
Outside, she loves
tanning.
to tan,
She-
yeah.
I think she also bought a little kiddie pool to sit in, like for
Oh my
that
gosh.
purpose
So it
too.
doesn't get too hot.
But a lot of our girls do love the beach and love getting out. I mean, we went before preseason started. We went to Presque Isle a couple times and just laying out, getting in the water. So a lot of us are real excited to be in good weather, good, just great location.
And take me through, because we know, of course, this event, the QR code in the top right corner, you can also donate to women's basketball in person here. Those things, those trips, those tournaments couldn't be done without the support of the community. How impactful and important are they to you and this team throughout the entire year so that you can go to where you want to go?
I mean, not even just for a donating standpoint, but also just in the in the season, like you just, our gym is always packed for both the men and women's games, and they want to come and support us, and they want to get to know us, and it's just like it's awesome that they also want to help us get to where we want to go every single year. It's the same people plus more every year that come back and donate and come watch our games, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool to see supporters of women's basketball and how much they do for us. And Coach Wright also does a really good job at connecting us with them so that we can get to know them as well.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard right now. We're getting near the end of the free throw competition for Kate Ratliff and Olivia Cernudo. Kate's made 82 so far. Olivia's sitting at 56. There's still a few minutes left for both of those two to shoot. Again, the rules of the game are very simple. Try to make as many as you can out of 100. If you make 100 out of 100, you keep going until you miss. The record was set last year by Carissa Dunham, who's not shooting today. She's trying to give everyone an opportunity to win this thing. She hit 193 free throws in a row. That is pretty crazy and nothing that I could really imagine. I want to ask you both before we let you go. Last night on the podcast, I had Bella, and I asked Bella a hypothetical question is, okay, if somebody in the stands, a member of the community, right, not Sam Perosco, she's in the stands too. We're not asking her to go out and shoot free throws. She'd make 300 in a row. If we asked a member of the public to shoot 100 free throws, how many do you think the average member of the public would be able to make out of 100?
Ooh.
I would have to guess around 50. Would you? I don't know. What would you
Well,
guess?
it depends on obviously
it
age
is,
as well,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
like those kind of factors. But the people here, let me do a little scan real quick. I mean, yeah, I would say probably 40 to 50. I would say
40 to
Okay.
50.
that's what I would say.
Bella went with in the 30s, so you're much more generous than her. I don't know what she was thinking with that. Maybe she was thinking of what I would shoot because I'd probably be in the 20s. All right, thank you to you both. We just wrapped up Kate Ratliff and her shooting. Olivia getting ready to wrap up as well. So appreciate you both. Best of luck this season and have a blast the rest of the day today.
Thank you.
All right, that is Olivia Pepple and Maddie Wheatley joining us on the program on this Gannon Women's Basketball Free Throw A-Thon, which is now 4 shooters down. Kate Ratliff, unofficially 94 out of 100 she made. So if that official score comes up to me and is accurate, she would be the new clubhouse leader through 4 so far. Bree Claxton made 92 out of 100. Jenna Winowicki, 88 out of 100. And currently Olivia Cernuto sitting at 72 made free throws, now 73 with a few shots left. So great stuff so far from our student athletes. Again, the QR code in the top right corner is how you can donate to women's basketball so they can be able to do so many of the great things that they do on a yearly basis. And once again, we also want to mention we're featuring women's basketball tonight, but this year we'll be featuring so many of our other great athletic programs who are also putting together great fundraising efforts so that you can be involved as much as you can with Gannon Athletics. This is one of two fundraising efforts going on today. In fact, coming up a little bit later in the day at McConnell Family Stadium, women's lacrosse is going to have a dunk-a-coach. So an opportunity for you to donate and watch the coaching staff enter the dunk tank on a Friday afternoon, which with the way the weather has been so far, this is a pretty nice way to enjoy a Friday afternoon is to be in a tub of water, but we'll take it. All right, we're waiting for Olivia Cernuto to finish up. So far, 82 made free throws for Olivia with a few shots left for her. So we will let her wrap up, and we'll get right back to you with more interviews and more of our Gannon Women's Basketball Free Throw-a-thon in just a moment. All right, back on our free throw-a-thon. Kate Ratliff and Olivia Cernuto just wrapping things up, getting the final tallies from them, from our official score, and we have them. So 94 out of 100 free throws made by Kate Ratliff and Olivia Cernuto, who was a little bit slower of a shooter, but she made up some great ground. She made 91 out of 100 free throws. That's pretty significant. So congratulations to both of them. And as we continue along, we've had 3 student athletes out of 4 so far make 90 or above in free throws. All right, so Tori Mays is the lone wolf in this round. She'll be shooting by herself, which, tell you what, that's pressure. That means all eyes are on you. Bree, if you want to throw the headset on, Jenna, you can grab that microphone. All eyes on Bree Claxton as Jenna Winowicki and on Tori Mays, as we welcome in Bree and Jenna into the broadcast booth. I don't know, guys. I would be feeling a lot of pressure if it was literally just me shooting free throws up there. So what made Tori draw the short straw that she had to be the one to go by herself?
I'm not really sure why she is shoot by herself. We have an uneven amount of people that are able to shoot, so I think somebody was going to get stuck with that.
I think Coach Cleve should have been on the other side shooting these free throws in my view.
I agree.
How many, Jenna, do you think Coach Cleve would make if he was given 100 in a row?
I'd say he'd make all 100, to
you
be
think
honest.
He'd make all 100?
I would say probably in the 90s.
Okay, so he's got a good touch. He's
yeah.
got a good touch of free throw
I would
shooting.
say so.
All right, so let's assess both of yours performance. Bree, 92. Jenna, you made 88. Still very strong performances, 180 combined between the two of you. What do you make of how you shot today?
I mean, it was all right. Getting, free throws are difficult, especially when you have, some pressure, some added pressure like this. They're not too terrible if you're just, by yourself shooting them. I would have maybe liked to make more, but it's not a huge deal. So I'm still happy with what I got. So.
Jenna, what say you?
Yeah, I would say kind of the same as Bree. I was a little disappointed because last year I made one more than I did this year, but I mean, shooting 100 free throws like isolated like this is tough. So I think 88% is not bad, but obviously would have liked to get a little more. But
It's amazing to me when you watch, we've now seen 4, and Tori is the 5th who is taking part in this free throw-a-thon. And you think back to last year and that Carissa made 193 in a row. It's got to take some sort of crazy focus, right? I mean, like I can't even imagine getting close to that, 193 straight.
Yeah, I think you just got to get like locked into a zone and just muscle memory from there. So it's pretty incredible, kind of unbelievable.
Yeah, I think when she gets in that zone, like she just doesn't miss. That was impressive.
Let's talk about the upcoming year. I know, Bree, we were on the podcast a little bit last night. You were talking about everything that you're looking forward to, but I want to start with the Hawaii trip because that, of course, is a big part of what's being funded here with the free throw-a-thon, and you can donate with that QR code in the top right-hand corner, or you can also come to the Highmark Event Center right now till 2:30 and donate in person. Hawaii is the destination of the trip. I've been told by several of your teammates that when Coach Cleve told you where it was, that you all were acting like a bunch of fourth graders and how excited you were and you jumped up. Take me through how exciting Hawaii is going to be this year for the upcoming trip.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super, super exciting. We're very excited. Whenever he told us, we all jumped up and down and started screaming. But I think it's just going to be fun to play some basketball. And then also you're in Hawaii. That's like so many people's dream destination. So
yeah, I think Hawaii's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. So it's really exciting to be able to do it, especially with my teammates, like my best friends. So really looking forward to it.
Now, this is a team where the majority of you, except for one, are back for another season, right? The team chemistry looks similar to what we had a season ago. And, of course, you know each other well. You've played, at least all of you, for about a year or more. But a couple of your teammates were telling me that when you go into a trip like a Hawaii trip, you even learn much more coming out of it about your teammates in a positive way than you knew coming in. Is that something that you feel too, maybe Bree in your time and even Jenna the time that you've been here, that you learn more, you bond well more with your team coming out of a trip than how much you knew them when you went into it?
yeah, absolutely. And this would be my fourth trip, and I remember each and every single one of them and kind of like the experiences that I had on each of them. And yeah, you just come out closer, you get to know your teammates better, and you get a shared experience of something that's exciting. So that brings you together as well.
Yeah, I would say like over the trips, like you're spending every second together. So it's like you learn how each other like literally lives their life, like, and especially if you're like rooming with them and stuff, like you really get close to them like on a different level. So it's a great experience.
Let's talk a bit about the CCA coming up in November. I know, Bree, you and I have talked about this at length, but I'm curious just to see what the approach is going to be going into that tournament. Of course, it's the start of the season. It's not like you'll have played 10, 15 games beforehand, so you expect that it's not going to be the level that you want to be at the end of the season. But what's the key in approaching a tournament like this? So, of course, you're looking to win, but is it about trying different things? Is it about trying to push yourself a little bit more at the beginning of the year than you otherwise would? How do you, as a team, approach this tournament in November?
I think we just kind of come at it with the mindset of like, we want to come out and perform as best as we can for right now, but just kind of use it and kind of take it and move forward with it. So however we perform, we see what we need to work on or what we're doing good, so we can use that to our strength, and then also kind of make improvements from there. And you don't want to peak in the beginning of the season, so just keep getting better from there.
Jenna, I'm sure it's exciting to be able to bring the tournament here. Of course, this team the last 2 years has played in the CCA, albeit on the road. What's it going to be like being in your own building, having a chance to play in this, knowing the competition and the excitement that a tournament like this brings early in the year?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting having good competition from all over the country, and then it being here at home is really exciting because we'll have our home fan base and stuff like that. So I think the energy is going to be great, and I know all of us are really looking forward to it. So,
continuing along here on the women's basketball free throw-a-thon, Tori Mays just made her 30th free throw. She's the lone shooter right now. You got Bella and Jordan that are getting some practice in on the other side of the floor, of course, splitting our screen here. So Tori is on the right as the lone official shooter here. All right, so four members in. Bree, I guess Bella maybe owes you or somebody else money. She had you to win. Kate clipped you by 2. Mm-hmm. You think anyone's going to beat Kate's mark of 94?
Yeah, I do. I think somebody will we'll get up there. I think a few of us honestly could.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think anybody's capable of making high 90s any given day. So
Well, like you said, once you get in the zone, it's
yeah.
pretty easy to make them, at least from your perspective. How about for you? Is there anybody, Jenna, that you think is potentially going to surpass the 94 mark?
Yeah, I think so for sure. If I had to say, I think Maddie's getting 100 personally.
You think
Yeah.
everybody's been high on Maddie Wheatley? We
Yeah.
just talked to her a few minutes ago. She seemed confident, but we'll see. Maddie, I guess, has been practicing a lot of her free throw touch the last few weeks, so that'll be helpful when she steps up to the line. She goes with Olivia Peppel at 118, so she'll not be the next group of the group. After that, Lauren and Bella set to take the floor next after Tori completes her 100 free throws. All right, thanks again, you two, for joining me. Enjoy the rest of this free throw-a-thon and enjoy the rest of everything before your trip. It's going to be an exciting season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's Jenna and Bree joining us on the women's basketball free throw-a-thon. You see Tori Mays currently in the only shooting position as we see right now, as she's through 45 makes so far on the scoreboard. We'll go ahead and patch in some of the crowd audio for you so you can hear Tori shooting those free throws. And we'll be back with her total score and more as we roll along here on this women's basketball free throw-a-thon inside the Highmark Event Center. All right, back here with you on Free Throw-a-thon. Tori Mays just about wrapping up her 100 free throws. So far, she's at 76 made free throws. The lone shooter right now for Gannon. Coming up after Tori, it'll be Lauren Kingsley. Bella Deer will be joining us. And in the broadcast booth for just a minute, Mia, you can go put on that headset. Jordan, if you want to take that microphone. Mia Slater, Jordan Popick joining us. Do you need help on how to – you got it? You got it? All right, good stuff. All right, Tori Mays just wrapping things up. We'll go ahead and put it back to a double box here so we can get ready for our next set of shooters. Let's go ahead and talk to Mia and Jordan, though, for a moment. I got to ask, we're at 94 right now is the mark set to beat from Kate Ratliff. You both are still waiting to shoot. Do you think that mark's going to hold up, or do you think it's someone else that's going to take the cake in this? You can say yourself, too, if you want.
I don't know. I think anyone is capable of getting higher than 94. I know we had some high scores last year, people getting, obviously, Chris and Bree got over 100, but I know some people had 98 and 96 and those sort of numbers, so I think anyone's capable.
That's crazy to me when you think of like 193 in a row. I don't even know how that's possible. When the two of you were watching Carissa last year, like, was there just a level of locked in that you haven't seen before? Like, you got to be locked in to do that, right, Mia?
Yeah, definitely locked in. And also, Carissa's shot is so smooth and it's so reliant on muscle memory. Like, you could tell that she was just in another zone, where it's just an automatic shot for her, which is always how you want your shooter to be, you know?
Guarantee. 77 out of 100 for Tori Mays as the lone shooter in that last segment. So here we go. Lauren Kingsley on the left, Bella Deer on the right, starting off their free throw-a-thon competition. Again, a reminder, the way that the rules work in this one, just try to make as many out of 100 as you can. If you make all 100, you get to keep going till you miss. So 193 is the mark to beat. It would be cool if we saw someone get to 200 today. I think that'd be pretty neat. But we'll see. You know, this free throw-a-thon, of course, we know, both of you know, and we all know here too, is that it helps benefit your team throughout the entire season, whether it be the trip you take, some of the costs for tournaments and other travel you may have. Take me through how important this event is to both of you, not just to, of course, put on a show, but for what it means.
For me, it means that I'm meeting a lot of people and a lot of supporters that I don't met. Like, if I didn't have this opportunity, I wouldn't have met before. I've met some great people through this. And, you know, I'm always grateful for the support. And also, quickly, I want to shout out Ms. Sanudo's class. They're watching right now.
Nice.
And they're practicing their counting to 100. So I hope it's going really well for them.
That's an awesome way to make that happen. Awesome. Well, first and foremost, we're overjoyed to have them on the show. And anybody, by the way, if you're watching and you want to take part by commenting or letting us know where you're watching from, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll pop up those comments on our stream for the next hour or so. And I'm sure, obviously, for you, Jordan, you know how important this is too. You come in last year as a freshman and make a big impact on the team. And I'm sure this event is just a great kickoff to the start of the season for you two as well.
Yeah, definitely. I would kind of second what Mia is saying. It's a good outlet, I guess, or outreach to like even our professors on campus, just to like build that relationship. You know, you go up to them, you're like, I'm on the basketball team. Like, would you consider supporting me? That kind of thing. And then, you know, from there, the rest of the season, or the rest of the school year, they're checking in with the season and seeing, you know, how you're doing, and they want to hear about the games and all that. And some of them come and watch, and it's just, you know, good support to have those relationships with your professors, and then obviously the fans that are always sticking around.
So Hawaii, that's the location of the trip. You probably really couldn't pick another better location outside, unless you went outside of the U.S. I'm sure there's a lot of excitement about heading there for your trip, right?
So much excitement. Oh my goodness. We talk about it at least once a day.
Yeah. It's it was surreal when we found out. We were all sitting together and coach is like, we're going to Hawaii, and everyone's like, whoa, and it was just big celebration, and you know, it's like, crazy to think about.
Like you're lying to us, right?
Yeah, literally.
How important is a trip like that for the bonding element of this team throughout the season? I asked this question to a couple of your teammates, and most of you return from last year. It's not like it's a relatively new team, but I'm sure a great bonding opportunity. And how important are trips like that for this team?
It's huge. I mean, obviously, we spend a lot of time together in general, just like practices, working hard, all that, classes. but it's really special to be able to go out and do something fun and be able to share experiences that you don't, like a lot of us don't have. I've never been to Hawaii, so every time I look back at my first trip to Hawaii, it's going to be with this team.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, a very special thing. And yeah, it's just great team bonding. That's the baseline of it.
No doubt. Let's take a look at the scores so far from Lauren and Bella. Lauren Kingsley, 30 made free throws. Bella just hit her 40th. So we're moving along well in our fourth pairing at this women's basketball annual free throw-a-thon inside the Highmark Event Center. Make sure to join us in person if you haven't already, or you can donate by scanning that QR code in the top right corner. Season ahead is going to be an exciting one, too. Of course, you have your Hawaii trip, and you also have the CCA Tip-Off Classic, which starts the season. 2 straight Elite Eights for this team, and I know the expectations for all of you are through the roof, but let's talk about the start of the season and look at what the key's going to be at the beginning of the year. I asked this to Bree, and I think it's an interesting situation that you're in as a team because you're going to be playing a lot of great competition with the CCA, but you're probably not going to be where you would like to be in March. How do you approach a tournament like that when you want to win, you're playing great competition, but you also are trying to learn at the same time? What's the key to having success at that opening tournament?
I think it's just to have success, we need to focus on ourselves, as a team, making sure we're communicating all the time, we're all on the same page, we're hustling hard, we're doing the 1%ers because that can really separate us early on, and also later on in the season is doing those 1%ers. So we want to set the tone right for those.
I would also say, it's a new year, but majority of the team is somewhat the same, right? And I think our expectation is to carry over March into early November and just kind of pick up where we left off. We don't really want to walk in thinking we're starting over brand new. So
2 straight Elite Eights for this team. We're hoping for another one when we get to March and then early April. I do want to ask, because of course free throws are the name of the game here. If this competition were a 3-point competition, who do you think would end up with the win, and how many out of 100 do you think would be the best score?
We have a lot of good 3-point shooters. I think of our top 3, I think I would say on the team are Bree, Carissa, and Bella.
Yeah,
I think
even Maddie as well too.
Maddie as well, yeah.
Bella and Maddie very, very close.
Yeah, they're kind of neck and neck.
Yeah.
So top 4.
Yeah, top 4.
Okay.
Definitely.
How many do you think would be the most made? Are we talking like 70s, 80s? I mean, I'm sure a lot different going from beyond the stripe than it is being at the line.
My thought, I guess, is just seeing when you shoot on the gun, the percentages there. When when that you're just getting reps up. I would say, 70s,
Wow.
potentially. But we might have to just test that and see.
I think that would be cool. I don't know. I also want to ask you too, because I've asked a few of your teammates this. For the average person that's not a basketball player or whatever, how many free throws on average would you say they'd make out of 100?
That's I don't know.
Like if I went to the free throw line and took 100 shots.
I would think to be generous, 50.
You were about to say 30.
Yeah.
30 to 50, that's a good range. 30 to 50, because 50 is you're shooting at 50%.
Yeah. I'm thinking of people that really have never shot a basketball. It's just odds of it bouncing in at that point.
Just not very high. That's about what your teammates said, so we'll take it. All right, both of you, thanks again for joining us. Enjoy the rest of this. It's been a lot of fun so far, and best of luck this season if we don't talk before.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mia Slater, Jordan Popick joining us on the women's basketball free throw-a-thon live stream. 80 free throws so far for Bella Deer. There are 55 that have gone in for Lauren Kingsley. We'll let them finish up and continue our live coverage of our women's basketball free throw-a-thon in moments. All right, back with you on our Gannon women's basketball free throw-a-thon. Lauren Kingsley, Belladere, just having completed their free throws, so we'll get those scores from them and get them to you in just a moment. Quick recap of how everyone has done up until this point. Jenna Winowicki with 88 out of 100. Brie Claxton hit 92. Kate Ratliff a little bit more than that at 94. Olivia Cernudo hit 91 of 100 free throws, and Tori Mays made 77. So we are right now just waiting for the results from our next pairing, and after this, it will be apparently the presumptive favorites that a lot of our Gannon women's basketball student athletes have been saying is going to come home with the victory today, and that's Maddie Wheatley with Olivia Pepple. All right, so 90 made free throws for Belladere. Lauren Kingsley with 79 made free throws out of 100. So great job from both of them, and now we will get ready for our next set of Gannon student athletes in just a moment's time here. That'll be Maddie Wheatley and Olivia Pepple, and we'll wait just a moment for them to hop on and get ready for another exciting round of the free throw-a-thon. And while we do that, head coach Cleve Wright joining us back again for the second installment and second part of this free throw-a-thon. Things seemingly going well, Coach, so far. Take me through what you've seen.
Who's our highest so far? Do you know?
Kate at 94 has made
Kate at 94
so far, yes.
All right. We gotta get it going. Are we gonna have a free throw-a-thon legend today?
I was asking a couple of your student athletes, and I said, wouldn't it be cool to see the record broken and for someone to get 200 in a row? And you know what they told me?
Let's just see if they can make 100 in a row.
And you know what they told me? I'll tell you this much: is they thought that you might be a good opportunity option for that to happen.
That is catfishing me or whatever. I don't know if I know the terminology, but that's setting me up.
Well, I mean,
they know better than that.
I don't know. Tori had to shoot by herself. There was a whole basket wide open there about 20 minutes ago. I thought you'd have been a perfect candidate. I thought maybe you'd get Sam Perosco to come back down and shoot more free throws.
Tell me, I'm telling you, Sam could probably hit more free throws with their eyes closed than I can hit with my eyes open right now. I do not practice my free throws.
Well, that's okay. Neither does the majority of America, so it's okay. I want to ask you this because I think this is a fun experiment. So for somebody who doesn't play basketball, right, don't think of me because that's obvious, right? We've seen my jump shot. On average,
we have, and it is not pretty.
It is not pretty. How many free throws out of 100 would the average person be able to hit if they were in this competition? What do you think?
If you're shooting 100 like this, you'd be lucky to make half.
Really?
Maybe. Well, it depends on if they're an athlete or not. If they're absolutely, like if it's Carrie McKay, Oh, sorry. Did I say that name out loud? I apologize.
Hold on a minute. Carrie
I hope Carrie is watching and listening, because if she is, if she's not, then I know she wasn't. She's going to tell me she was listening and she wasn't.
Well, I'm just going to say that if my phone starts blowing up and she starts saying, you better get Cleve off the air, I need to oblige, because she's been the big architect behind a lot of these things.
Well, she would make more than Megan Morphy, our athletic director.
Maybe we need to have an athletics administration free throw-a-thon competition. That would be fun. But we'll have to see. Anyway, so far we've seen a lot of members from the community joining. Of course, it's open to the public event. So if you haven't made it down already and you're in the area, stop over at the Highmark Event Center. You can watch the rest of our free throw-a-thon. That's happening until 2:30 p.m. today. But, pick up where we left off, Coach. Yep. Just a great event. And you talked about the graciousness that you have for so many of the organizations and businesses and individuals who have helped you already. Absolutely. You raised nearly $30,000 before this event even began, which is a substantial total.
Absolutely. And again, like I said earlier, I just want to make sure if people didn't hear it, if you were one of those people that have already donated and donated a flat donation, just so appreciative, so thankful. Our kids, our team as coaches, the program is thankful for people that support us. And so just want to thank you guys for that. And then I know some of you are waiting on the shot total and seeing what that is. And so just appreciate those that have done that as well. And if you haven't had a chance to click the QR code or go to the website, go to the link and support one of our players and support our program, I would just ask you to do that. It'd be most appreciated. And again, like Isaac's saying, I mean, we have probably 20 to 25 people just sitting in the stands watching, and to have that kind of support and have people take interest in our program, it's special. And we feel great about it.
It's been a great week for basketball programs in general. Of course, season ticket sales were earlier this week. We know your fan base is loyal as always. It's going to be a packed gym when the CCA Tip-Off Classic comes to town. And I feel like you and I have talked about this off air, but we really haven't had a chance to extrapolate on it more on air with the CCA coming up at the beginning of November. You've been a part of 2 consecutive tournaments of these in the last couple of years for opening week tournaments. And just take me through from your perspective how important the CCA is going to be for not just this team, but the community at large.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to the first thing you said. We just did the season ticket holders, and we were, I was there greeting several of them for a couple hours. And we were talking about the CCA event. And, the season ticket holders have get first priority, but then they have to open them up to the public. So I'm talking to them about this tournament. And there's several. There used to be only one of these tournaments in the preseason, and they opened it up over the last 2 or 3 years, and now there's multiple. So, but I don't think there's any more than maybe 3.
Yeah,
at tops 4. And I know that we've played in Montana in one, and that was some really, really good teams. And then we played in Vancouver last year, and the teams were good, but Montana was probably a little bit better. But I would tell you that the teams that we have coming here to Erie, it just blows anything else out of the water. Every team except for one made the national tournament last year, and the one that didn't make the national tournament last year has been the national champion 2 years in their in the history of their program. So they're very, very good, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's a chance to see teams from Georgia, Tennessee, Minnesota, Michigan. I mean, that's exciting, and so I hope that those people that would go ahead and get your tickets and get yourself your plan, especially if you're a season ticket holder, get your plush seat, and so that you have your seat to be able to watch those games. Gannon plays both nights. They play the nightcap, or all 3 nights. Sorry, all 3 days, because Sunday is actually in the afternoon. But we will play that second game every time and come early and watch that game beforehand and just see. And there'll be all different types of basketball played. There are some teams in this that do play our men's style, where it's up tempo, press all the time, things like that. Matter of fact, the first team we play is Union, and they play that style. So we're going to have, very first game of the year, made the Final Four last year. We're at the Elite Eight with us and won their first round. So yeah,
makes it exciting. Different kinds of basketball. You mentioned different teams from different locations. And it makes for a fun CCA coming up at the beginning of November. Speaking of different locations, so many of your players have been talking to me about how excited they are to go to Hawaii. I'm not sure you could pinpoint a better destination in the continental United States to go for a trip. How exciting will that opportunity be? Of course, as a bonding experience, getting a few games in as well, what that will mean to this team going into the year as a stepping stone, if you will, coming into the season. And how much beach time do you plan on having for yourself?
For myself, that would be just barely above 0,
okay.
0.1.
Fair.
Maybe.
You're going to give it at least 10 minutes.
The beach I'm going to get is if I have to walk through the beach to get to my hotel room or get to eat, something like that. I am not a beach person at all. You can tell by the tone of my skin. But the funny thing is that when I had said that we were going to Hawaii, the girls couldn't stop jumping up and down and dancing. We're going to Hawaii. It was like literally I have it on video. They didn't even know I had it on video. We have this huddle camera up here.
Yeah. And
they just could not stop. They were so excited. So the great thing is that we'll be able to also play basketball. We're going to be playing 2 good games. One of the teams we're playing is from Michigan. So we'll be playing them in Hawaii. And the other one is a Hawaiian team, Hawaii Hilo, which is a Division II school as well. And so, it's a business trip. It'll be a very nice business trip. But we will still be playing, 2 Division II games. We'll still need to be ready. And the girls, again, our ladies are appreciative of people that have helped us so far and that will continue to help us and support our program. And we can't do these things without people, the supporting our program. And, a good percentage of them are alumni. A good percentage of them are what I call friends of Gannon women's basketball. A good percentage of them are on campus. I know we kept track of how many people on our campus that our players asked or, inquired and asked if they'd be sponsored. It was over 200. And I think that's a really good number. And then they go home and you have these, you have their family members and they have their teachers at home or their coaches at home. business people, whatever, home that also support. And I haven't looked lately, but like the last time I looked on the website, we actually record the states and different things. And I think there were like 15 states represented, at least at that time. That was a couple days ago. So it may be even more now, but that's so cool. And then to have this live stream, for you to take the time out of your day to do this, and our sports media people just going through this has become an event. And part of the reason I think it's become an event because our athletic department supports it. We have these talented people like Isaac and Taylor Brown and Bob Shreve and just people that really want to try and help us and support us to be able to raise funds for a program so we can do cool things like this with our team.
And to your point, this is one of several athletic programs that in the next few weeks and months will be doing events like these. We mentioned just a few hours from now, women's lacrosse will be hosting Dunk a Coach, baseball going to do a home run derby. There are just so many different exciting ways to get the community and the public involved, and that's what makes things like these so special for all of us. There's just so much excitement around it. All right, Coach, I know you probably don't want to pick a winner, but you said you think someone could break 94, maybe get to 100. Is there anybody that you think that's remaining that could break that 94?
I think Maddie's going to get it right now.
She's got 92, by the way. Here's an update right now. Maddie Wheatley, 92 to 93. Olivia Pepples made 89, now 90. So I'm not sure. I haven't really been paying that much attention. I'm not sure if
Maddie's at
missed.
94, right?
I don't know if she's missed yet, to be quite honest with you. She's
Maddie
at 95. She has, okay.
At least one, maybe two.
So 95 made free throws for Maddie Wheatley.
Oh,
she just missed another one.
95.
So 95
so she
for
did
Maddie
get
Wheatley.
it.
So she's in the lead. Maddie Wheatley, the presumptive favorite by many of the teammates. So great job, Maddie.
Hey, 290s.
Right.
290s. Give me 290s every time.
Almost everyone's been in the 90s. I take 90 any day of the week.
I take 90 any day.
I take 90 out of 200 some days. All right, Coach. Great stuff, man. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Isaac.
All right, Cleve Wright joining us on the program on this women's basketball free throw-a-thon. A couple more groups left to go. Jordan Popick, Mia Slater set to go next, and then we'll have Taylor Etheridge and Katie Bowl, the freshman, to wrap things up here on this women's basketball free throw-a-thon. We're going to go ahead and get those official scores from Maddie and Olivia, but if those scores are correct, Maddie is in the outright lead, and she is. 95 out of 100 for Maddie Wheatley, who a lot of our student athletes on this program just a moment ago were saying they thought she'd be the favorite, and she has made the most so far out of anybody on this free throw-a-thon competition. Olivia Pepple with 90 out of 100, and a pretty good job for Olivia and this whole women's basketball team. They've all done a really, really great job so far. We'll step aside for just a moment for our commentary. Get ready for Jordan and Mia to take some free throws and be back in just a moment. All right, next group coming up right now is Jordan Popick, Mia Slater. Mia on the left, Jordan on the right-hand side, as we have two more groups left to go on our women's basketball free throw-a-thon. Of course, you can donate and support the women's basketball team by scanning that QR code in the top right-hand corner, or if you want to stop by in the next few minutes to watch them live in person, you can donate in person as well. Olivia, if you want to take that headset, Kate, you can take that microphone, and we get two more of our student athletes on the air, Kate Ratliff and Olivia Cernuno. And Kate had the lead for all shooters until just a moment ago when Maddie broke it 95 out of 100. Go ahead, assess your shooting performances today. We'll start with you, Kate. 94 ain't too bad.
No, it's good. It's pretty good, 94%, Not better than last year, but I'll take it. Still pretty good. But no, everyone's doing a good job today so far. I'm proud of everyone. We practice every day for this, so it's good. I'm sure there's more that goes into it than just the couple of days before. You prepare free throws all the time. That's, like you say, such an important part of the game. Olivia, how about for you, being out there shooting 100? You were in the 90s and did a pretty good job yourself.
Yeah, I'll take it. There's always room for improvement, and I didn't realize how many I actually missed until the end because I was trying not to keep track of it. But
right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Great stuff from the both of you. We're watching Mia and Jordan. Mia right now 14 made free throws. Jordan just made her 11th, so we'll keep track on them as we move across. I want to start by talking about, of course, a large portion of what this fundraiser for you supports, and that's your trip to Hawaii. Coach talked about that he even has it on video. I'm not sure if you all know that, but the reaction that you had when you heard that you were going to Hawaii, pretty ecstatic. How exciting is it being able to go to probably the one location that everyone wants to go to in the U.S., but not many get to?
Yeah, we were all really excited. I watched that video back probably like once a week. Just like getting to share that moment with all these people was really just great.
Yeah, I think right after I was like calling my parents, telling my sister, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to Hawaii. Like, oh my gosh. So not only being able to celebrate that with my teammates, but being able to tell my family, like, hey, we have this awesome opportunity that we can do as a family as well. So
I was told by a couple of your teammates that one of the two of you sitting up here is the most into the beach out of anybody on the team. And I'm looking at you specifically, Olivia. Are you going to take the most advantage out of the waves and the sand and the sunshine that clearly you'll have in the next couple months?
100%. I've been looking forward to it.
I was going to say, it's you get down there, you really just have to take advantage of things. So we'll give you a pass if you're not as much worried about the basketball games, because I wouldn't be able to focus on the basketball games either, no doubt. But, of course, this event helps support that trip and support so many things that this team does throughout the entire year. And you have a good amount of support as well in person today. Take me through how nice it is to be able to see year in, year out this community support you as a team, and the fact that they're here game in, game out, and even things like these.
Yeah, I mean, I would say this community definitely supports us super well, and especially the alumni here. Coach Wright gives us contacts of alumni that want to support us, and like they follow our seasons. They do everything they can to support us. So it's awesome that we have a great community here at Gannon, and also the alumni and people that have gone through Gannon to support us.
Olivia, you've been a part of this program as a UK for quite some time now. Did you ever expect this kind of support from this community when you started? What has it been like playing for this team for so long now and just being ingrained kind of in what this program's about with Coach Wright?
Yeah, I think coming in, like everyone always talks about like the community here is so great, but you never really know like how great it really is until you're here. And just the support. I mean, we're just here shooting free throws, and we have how many people out in the stands here watching us, and many at home watching us, and just all that support and like talking to people and them reaching out and us reaching out to them and them wanting to show their support to us is really awesome.
Got a couple of weeks still till the season begins. You get ready for the CCA tournament, which you're here home for at the beginning of November. What are some of the things you're looking to work on between now and then, just getting ready for the year? Of course, there's always season preparations, but what are you hoping to accomplish between now and when you hit the floor for game one?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of returners and we only have one new. So, I mean, practice has been very competitive, I would say. And, like, especially everyone knowing what's going on besides one definitely helps. So we're just going to keep practicing every day and do what we got to do and get ready eventually for our games.
How quickly, Olivia, do you adapt to Coach Wright's intensity? I mean, there are some days I sit in this gym and we know the history and the greatness that he is as a head coach, but practices are intense. You break your huddle and you're go. How quickly do you adapt, adjust to that and get used to how intense those practices are?
I think it's pretty easy to adapt, like being around this group of girls, like everybody wants to compete and everybody wants to give 100%. So his intensity only makes us want to work harder and just push each other more. So I think his intensity brings like us to be our best self.
Mm-hmm. Got a big season ahead. As you mentioned, Kate, you have a lot of returners this year. You just have one newcomer in Katie Bull, the freshman. So the majority of everyone has been a part of this team, and is some the last 2 years that have been to the Elite Eight in the last 2 seasons. I'm sure the expectations this year are high, but to get to where you want to go, what's going to be that key, especially when you hit the floor for that CCA tournament in November?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we love to do in practice is compete. And with us competing every day in practice makes each one of us better. So we know that, and we go into practice every day with that mindset of let's get each other better. So we're going to keep sticking with that.
What is the excitement surrounding the season? I mean, I'm sure you can't wait to get to Hawaii, number one. Number two, you're looking forward to the season. What is going to be the key, Olivia, in your mind for success? Of course, you yourself getting back to full health, getting ready for the year after missing the majority of last season. What's that going to be like when you get a chance to step back on the court for the first time as a team and play some official games as opposed to just playing each other day in, day out?
I think, honestly, just focusing on us, like preparing the way we know we need to, and
just working together, being our best self, and connecting with each other. Honestly, if we play our best game, I'm really proud of like the team that we have and the way we can compete.
Can't wait for this season. Going to be a fun one ahead. 64 free throws for Mia. Jordan just made her 60th. So both of them doing well as both you did shooting in the 90s. So congrats again to both of you for a job well done today, and can't wait for this season. Best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
All right, Olivia Cernudo as well as Kate Ratliff joining us on the program as we roll along here on our free throw-a-thon on this 19th of September. It is the annual free throw-a-thon for women's basketball. Jordan Popick, Mia Slater completing their free throw stints. We'll have their final scores when we come back on commentary in just a few moments. All right, scores coming in for our second to final shooters of the day as we roll along here in our women's basketball free throw-a-thon. Jordan Popick with both Jordan Popick and Mia Slater with impressive scores. Jordan 85 out of 100. Mia made 92 out of 100 free throws, so she's entered, I believe, the top 3 of most makes so far on the day today. Taylor Etheridge on the right, Katie Bull on the left are our final shooters, and we are joined by a couple more of our student athletes. Carissa, go ahead and take that mic, Carissa, and Tori can take the headset. All right, so Carissa Dunham, last year's champion and record holder. Tori Mays joining us on the show today. First of all, Tori, I just want to say I feel for you. You had to shoot all by yourself. I was trying to get Coach Wright to shoot in the other basket as you, but he didn't go for it. Obviously, an exciting event nonetheless. Take me through, if both of you wouldn't mind, being the two locals in this area. You knew coming to Gannon what the support would be, being former Cathedral, Prep, Villa Maria graduates. Take us through what it's like to get to see these members of the community with you and being a part of an event like this.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just being able to, stay in our hometown is obviously super nice, but the crowds that we get are just always so welcoming. Even when we play down the road, we have people that show up for us day in and day out. So it's really great. It's a great environment to be in. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I second that. I think it's really nice to have the community here and how supportive they are to have them at, a lot of our games or even like an event like this too.
All right, let's go through what we can expect for the season, and starting, of course, with a big part of the reason why this event takes place is your upcoming trip to Hawaii. Everyone's lit up like a Christmas tree when I've mentioned that name, because we know the reaction you all had when your coach told you. It's really the one area that everyone wants to go in the United States. How exciting is this trip going to be for this team, getting a chance to go and, of course, play some basketball, but I think probably more than that, bond together and get to spend some nice time as a team?
I don't even have any words for this trip. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. And to be able to go and play basketball too, but as much as it's a business trip, as Coach likes to remind us, but it will be fun to be with the team and get to see a different part of the country.
How about for you, Carissa?
100% second that. It'll definitely be a lot of fun. These trips are always personally one of my favorite parts of the season, just to be able to bond and go somewhere new. Vancouver last year was a lot of fun, and even Montana the year before, places you wouldn't think are super fun, but the team makes it fun. So
I was going to ask about that, because a lot of you know a lot about each other, including the two of you and the time that you've spent together in Erie. But even with that, how much more do you learn about your teammates? Do you connect with your teammates coming out of a trip like that than you do going into a trip like that?
Yeah, there's a lot of bonding that goes on, especially too, Tori had mentioned, it is a business trip, so we take basketball very seriously. But in the times that we aren't, focused on basketball, the, extracurricular things we're able to do are just a lot of fun and able to really let loose with each other, and that's the best part of it. So
that trip, of course, coming up, and then we know the CCA coming up to Erie in November, which is going to be what will be an exciting start to the season for you between your trip and that. How neat will it be to bring that tournament here? We've talked a lot about it. You've played in the last 2 away from home, of course, with it being Montana and Vancouver. What's that going to be like to have it here and to be in front of a home crowd for that tournament, which you'll face a lot of great competition?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. Like you said, it's a lot of really good competition. Like you said before, the last 2 years we played great teams. So it's been great to compete in that way. And I think it'll be amazing to bring it here and to have a home crowd, which will be super fun too.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting to, bring these top teams from the past couple of years here and to be able to play against them, right off the bat. And hopefully, a lot of the community will want to come and will come, because it'll be a pretty cool thing to see all these top Division II teams playing in this tournament. That would be really cool. So it's really exciting.
The mark of this roster and the makeup of this roster this year is virtually the exact same, but I think it's appropriate to talk about the one newcomer you have, given the fact that she's shooting right now in Katie Bull. What are some of the things that you've done to kind of help her get ready for the season, kind of ingratiate into the culture? What's it been like kind of taking her along for the ride at the beginning of the season and getting her ready to go for the year ahead?
Yeah, there's been a lot of conversation. I think that's the biggest thing, and the best way to also just build connections. Just lots of conversations with her, during practice, outside of practice, just things like that. Kind of, like you said, just bringing her along because obviously a lot of us are returners, but making sure she doesn't fall behind too. So.
Yeah, like Chris said, it's a lot of conversation. We talk to her on the sideline in practice to make sure she, knows what plays we're running, what she's doing in those and all that stuff. And especially drills, we kind of just do them.
Yeah.
We don't walk through them to, get her to learn it. So she has to learn from watching us doing them, especially like drills and stuff like that. So conversations on the court, off the court, making sure that she's around us so she can kind of get the feel of what our culture is and stuff like that.
Katie's made 54 so far. It's 48 for Taylor Etheridge. And take me back to when the both of you were freshmen. And of course, obviously, Carissa, you came here as a transfer for this program. But the first year that you were both in this program, and I'm sure it was like a deer in the headlights, right? I mean, you knew Coach Wright, both of you, I'm sure, before you came to Gannon. But what has it been like growing, and what have you learned about yourself and the program as a whole from when you started here to where you are now?
Personally, even just from sophomore year now to being a senior, I have learned and grew a lot in leadership. And I think Coach Wright's been a great role model and a great person that's really helped me step into that, which hasn't been easy at all. And he's just been there every step of the way, encouraging me and telling me what I need to do in almost every situation. So personally, a lot of growth. I think before there's a lot of misconceptions about leadership, and he's just kind of snapped them all out of my head and showed me what it's truly meant to be a leader. So
yeah, coming here and having Coach Wright and the other assistant coaches from the past and even the new ones now, and just a team aspect and environment has helped me improve as a player and a person and a teammate. I struggled a lot mentally, but Coach has been there every step of the way to help me kind of better myself with that and to help uplift the team in that and to help be a better teammate as well. So.
Can't wait for the season. Hard to believe it already starts in a few weeks. And to both of you, can't wait to see what this year brings. And thanks for joining me, too. This has been a lot of fun so far. We'll see if anyone can break that 94. That is the 95, rather, by Maddie Wheatley. That's the current leading number. But it's been a great event overall, and you can donate at that QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Tori, Carissa, thanks again for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your week, and can't wait for the season.
Thank you.
All right, that is Carissa Dunham, Tori Mays, second to final guest on this program as part of our free throw-a-thon competition. The current record holder, Carissa, with 193 that she hit last year, and Tori Mays participating in this event this year as well. Again, a reminder that QR code in the top right-hand corner is how you can help donate to the women's basketball program. And, of course, we have other instructions on our website, www.gannonsports.com, as to how you can donate to all of our athletic programs. This is just one of many fundraising events that will be going on throughout the year for Gannon University Athletics, and we appreciate all that you do to help our programs succeed. So we'll take a quick timeout on our audio feed. Be back with our final guests, Taylor Etheridge and Katie Bull, before we wrap up this free throw-a-thon live stream coming up next. right, that will do it for our free throw-a-thon competition. Again, want to thank everyone who was part of our competition online and in person. Just a great event for women's basketball and the community at large for those who love basketball on the campus of Gannon University. We'll, of course, continue with our coverage of Gannon athletics, with more coming up this weekend when men's soccer takes on Westchester Saturday at 1 p.m. We will be on hand for the broadcast of that game coming up on Saturday. We will have one more interview quickly with Taylor Etheridge and Katie Bull before we left, but just again want to make sure that all of you know our upcoming broadcast schedule for the weekend, which will be coming up very soon, Saturday. 1 o'clock, less than 24 hours from now. All right, one more set to join us here. Katie Bull, as well as Taylor Etheridge, who closed out this free throw-a-thon. Taylor, you can take the headset. Katie, you can take the microphone. If you want to take that mic right there, Katie. Yep. So, Katie, start with you. First free throw-a-thon. How do you assess your performance today?
I mean, I think I did okay. Could have done better, but I'm happy with it.
Everyone kind of, I think maybe there's a little nerves, maybe a little, early in the season, right? People watching you. Taylor, how about you?
I thought I started off pretty strong, and then those 2 sets of 2 misses back-to-back really got me there. But definitely nerves, but 87 is not terrible, but I wish I could do better.
I mean, 87 is what the general public would clamor for. I would take like 67 or 77 at this point. This has, of course, been a great event. We've talked to so many of your teammates about what this event means and what it is for, but just get to see the public out here and being a part of something like this. Take me through how exciting it's been to kind of kick off the season like this with this free throw-a-thon.
Oh, it's awesome. Seeing everybody out here supporting us. I mean, it's the world. You can't ask for anything better than that. So,
Katie, for you, I mean, first year on the program, you are the lone newcomer to this team. Take me through for you what it's been like kind of incorporating yourself into this culture and getting used to what things are like for women's basketball here.
It's definitely a little rough at first, being the only one coming in, not knowing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm adjusting well. Everyone here is super helpful, super nice. So I think it's going pretty good.
And you're just a few weeks away from the start of the season. And, of course, I think the big thing that everyone's excited for to begin the year is your trip to Hawaii. That's what a lot of this free throw-a-thon helps to cover. When you heard the news that this was happening, everyone I heard jump for joy and whatnot. How cool is it going to be to get a chance to bond with this team? For you, Katie, of course, to incorporate yourself more with the teammates. But just to be in Hawaii seems pretty cool to me.
oh, yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. I know we're spending 2 days in Honolulu and then about 3 days in Maui. So the travel, just spending time with all of them, I can't wait for it. Even the experience itself. Mine is basketball, the experience, I can't wait for it.
Katie, how about for you to be going over there?
I'm also very excited. I've never been anywhere like Hawaii, so I'm like, I still can't really believe that I get to go there with everyone. It's kind of crazy to me, but I love all the girls here, so I'm very happy that I get to do something like that with everyone.
How exciting is it going to be to start the season at home with the CCA Tip-Off Classic and everything that goes in there? Obviously, this will be your first experience with it, Katie, but you know the passion that this community is going to have. What's going to be like starting the year at home and playing all these great competitive teams?
That is, when we found out last year that we were going to be hosting it, it was like the same reaction that it was when we found out we were going to Hawaii. It was awesome. I can't wait for it. I know the crowd is going to be crazy. So that, again, just another experience. This is probably a once-in-a-lifetime thing that we're going to be able to host it here. Hopefully more in the future, but obviously while we're here probably. I can't wait for it. There's no words. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what to expect because I've never been a part of the team for this, but I watched a lot of the games online with my family, and even just watching online, I could tell that the atmosphere here for home games is just unlike anything I've been a part of. So I really can't wait for anything here. I'm so excited.
It will be a lot of fun, and I can tell you, Taylor will understand this, partially because she almost got hit in the face with sparks when we used them the first time on January 15th. We've tripled our spark machine intake for this year, so you'll at least get a chance to experience that, which is pretty cool. But great stuff to both of you. Can't wait for the year. Enjoy your trip, first of all, to Hawaii, and we'll see you back for the start of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Taylor Etheridge, Katie Bull, our final guest, joining us on this program as we wrap up our Gannon women's basketball free throw-a-thon. Some assistance assistant coaches, community members getting some shots in before we wrap things up today. Again, everyone at Gannon Athletics and Women's Basketball wants to thank you for your support. That QR code can be found on our social media channels as well as Give Campus on Gannon University. From everyone at Gannon, Isaac Petcash saying so long for our Gannon University Women's Basketball Free Throw-a-thon live stream.